Hey everybody, JR Fisher here. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I just hooked up this new microphone here. I want to make sure, wave to everybody if you can see me. So you can see me. Cool. Okay, and you can hear me. That's awesome. Okay, let me get some of my notes here. I got notes everywhere. We're gonna have fun today. But I wanna kind of see who's on the call because it's always excuse me, it's always interesting to me to see who's on the call. It's always interesting for me to see who's on the call. So if you want, just type in that little box there. Put where you're from. Let's see, we got Jan from Wichita. I guess that's Kansas. I got Eric from Singapore. I have a coaching client in Singapore. That's very cool. Mohammed from Bahrain. Eric from Canada. Okay, Ontario. Cool. Got a friend up there too. Got Tiny from the UK. We've got Aaron from the US Virgin Islands. Mark from New York. Oh my gosh, tons of people are coming in there. Susan from Maine. Okay, somebody else is saying they're from San Diego. Well, that's where I am, so I guess we're all out here in San Diego. Or not. We love the weather out here. It's really cool. So, and I don't mean cool. I mean, it's like awesome cool. Yeah. So I want to, the only reason I want to be on camera, let me get up here a little bit. Okay, the only reason I wanted to be on camera is so that you guys could see that I'm not wearing a tie. See how I don't have a tie? Do you know why? Because I don't have to. It's like, I remember for years I would get up in the morning and I had to dress the way we want me to dress. But I don't want to waste any time here because we could have people here that do not belong here. Let me tell you what this is about, because if you don't belong here, now's the time to leave, please, okay? If you're here about like Instagram or you're here about, YouTube videos or something like that, this is not for you, and I don't want to waste your time because that's not what I'm going to cover. This is only for Facebook ads training. So, if you don't care about Facebook ads, that's not your thing, that's okay, but you don't belong here. We want to get you out of here. And the reason we want to get you out of here is because there's people waiting to get in. We are full. So, if you leave, then some other people can get in and get that spot, and we would really appreciate you freeing that up for them. If you are here for Facebook ads, guess what? You're in the right place. And that's pretty cool because that's what we're going to talk about. And you're going to love this. If you're here for Facebook ads, trust me, you're going to love this. So I do want to warn you, if you are here for Facebook ads, you don't want to log out, because if you log out, then somebody will certainly get your spot because there's people waiting in the wings, and that's the way the software works. Once it's filled up, people can try to log in. If they can't log in, they just keep trying to log in, and as soon as the spot pops open, then they get in. So don't do that. Next thing I would like to tell you to do, and this is super, super important. Like if you're watching a TV show right now, just cut it out. Just don't watch the TV show. If you're trying to monitor your Facebook, trust me, for the short period of time we're going to be on this, you can do without Facebook. And I'm telling you, if you get distracted on this, you're going to miss some stuff you're going to wish you hadn't. If you've got a way to take some notes, a piece of paper is really best to take a few notes off to the side. I would highly suggest you doing so because what we're going to cover here, you're going to want and you're going to be able to use today. So, this is not a pitch fest. This is to train you on Facebook ads. So like I said, take notes. I reminded myself to put that on the screen there so that you know to take notes. At the end, I'm going to show you how you can get some free software. It's about $4,000 in value. It's going to be yours free for staying till the conclusion, and I'll show you how you can go about getting that. Not everybody can get it, but some people can get it. So I do want to tell you about that up front if you're interested in doing that. And I'll also tell you what every piece of software is, okay? No surprises. I'm going to go through everything. There's actually 3 parts to this training. And I want to go through each particular part because if one of these 3 parts doesn't match up, once again, I want to give you the opportunity to leave because I have people waiting to get on this webinar or training. You're not supposed to say webinar anymore. That's taboo, right? It's taboo because people weren't doing any training. They were just selling stuff. Well, we're actually doing training. So you can't call it a webinar. We got to call it training. That's what it really is. So the first part is me. So what I'll do is I'll talk briefly about me because if you're going to take any advice from anybody, and this is what I tell everybody, know the person you're taking advice from. Just because they're cool or good looking or they can talk or, they're really funny, that doesn't mean you need to take advice from them. If they're funny, go to a nightclub and listen to them do stand-up or something like that. But if you want to learn something, make sure they have the credentials to teach you. So I'll talk about me for a second. I also want to talk about you. And I'm going to give a list of a few things that you should be looking for. And if you're not looking for these things, once again, this is not for you. So I will tell you, please get off the webinar, training, whatever you want to call it. And the last thing is Facebook. I want to reiterate, this is 100% about Facebook. So if you're not, looking to get into Facebook, then, this isn't for you. You don't want to stick around for that. Okay. All right, cool. So we've got those things straightened out. Let's go through the 3 parts real quick. Before I tell you about me, let me see if you belong here, because the polite thing to do is if you don't belong here, let you get off first, rather than tell you all about me and then find out this isn't for you. So let's see if you should stay or go. Really super, super important. If you're into Facebook ads and you want to learn how to do Facebook ads and do them correctly and make money at them and be able to scale them, this is for you. If that's not why you're here, if you're just trying to be entertained or you're trying to find something about Twitter or, I don't know how to find products right now, this it's not for you. Okay, so don't hang out. Go watch that TV show that you wanted, right? Or better yet, go learn something. Don't watch those darn TV shows. How many careers have been crashed because of Game of Thrones or, all Big Bang Theory or whatever? People hang out and watch TV all night long. Don't do it. Don't do it. My advice. Okay. So this is the no BS zone. I'm not here to, pitch you over and over to buy a whole bunch of different things. I do have some, more training if you want it, and I'll offer it to you, but certainly you don't have to buy a thing, and you'll be able to get training today that you can actually leave here and get information. So don't waste your time. Once again, I need the room, guys. So make sure you want to be here. Okay. Make sure you want to hear what I've got to say. You're going to get real value today. You're going to get things that work. You're going to find out Facebook ads that work. I'm going to actually show you behind the curtains, show you my ads, exactly what they're doing, the money they're making, the percent of return, all that stuff, so you can see how you can do it yourself. So take notes. I tried to get a really cool font for that. I think I was successful. I think that's a cool font. I like it. All right. So my promise, now I have to promise you something, right? My promise is that you'll be able to use the information in this training to immediately make money today. Immediately make money. That's pretty strong, right? That's a strong promise, but I'm definitely going to do it. So I think you'll be happy with that. Who is this for? And before I say who's this for, let me fix this where I'm not on the screen there. You've seen me. I'm here. Okay. Oh gosh, it was so terrible when I used to have to wear a tie. That kind of like identified who I was. And sometimes the company I work for made us wear these polo shirts, and the polo shirt had the name of the company on it. I mean, when you go to lunch, it's like so embarrassing. People look at you and go, "Oh, you work at so-and-so." I'm like, yeah, I'm a walking billboard. That's what they make me do. I'm a walking billboard. So, now what I do is I dress according to how I feel that day. So if I feel like going to the gym that day, guess what I'm going to put on? I'm going to put on gym clothes. If I'm going someplace to a nice meeting to meet some people, I can dress up if I want. I still don't wear ties, though. I haven't worn a tie in, I think, 9 years, something like that. My daughter even got married, and I didn't want to wear a tie at that, so she accommodated me, and I looked nice, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't want to wear a tie. It was uncomfortable. I don't know if some of you out there can relate to this. A couple people saying, yeah, you can relate. It's just, I don't like wearing ties. I just don't. So first off, if you want to know how to do profitable Facebook ads, this training's for you. Okay. If you don't have a lot of money to spend on ads, this training's for you. I don't teach people how to spend, thousands of dollars a day to start out, and you shouldn't. And I'll explain that to you in just a second. If you're not technologically advanced, this here is definitely for you, because I am not technologically advanced. I admit to a lot of my shortcomings, and one of them is that I can't type. I got like 3 fingers on one hand and maybe 2 or 3. It alternates on the left hand. And that's how I type. So it takes me a long time to do stuff. So appreciate that all the words on the screen took me a long time to put up there. That was very difficult for me to do. So yeah, if you've tried before and failed, this is going to be perfect for you, because I'm also going to reveal why you failed and how you can fix it. So you're going to see some of those problems that you had and why they didn't work. And I'll reveal this for you. So that's cool. So I'm off the screen now, guys. Okay, I took myself off the screen. I didn't just disappear. I'm still here. I needed room on the screen here, so I didn't want to put me on there too. And you don't need to see me. You saw me. If you're confused by Facebook ads, and holy crap, was I confused by Facebook ads. I mean, they're like, they hide crap on those things. I don't know if you've been in there yet, but if you go into an ad account, it is insane. Okay, and you've got like ad sets, and you've got ads, and you've got campaigns, and you've got this, and then you got drop downs, and you've got different types of, oh my God, drive you crazy. But we're going to clear all that up. So that's cool, because if for me to be able to do this, I have to understand it. Okay, so I kind of dumb it down for me, but it works for me. So that's a cool thing. If you've been to worthless webinars or trainings, this is for you, because that's not what this is. This is actually training you how to do stuff, and I'm going to show you how to do step by step exactly what you need to do. Okay, so I got a good screen on that. You got a good screen coming up. You'll see it. Excuse me. If you haven't been able to scale your ads, in other words, you've spent some money on ads, and maybe you got a little bit of results, but as soon as you tried to spend some more money, they just crashed and burned. This training's for you. I'm going to show you why that happens. If you don't trust gurus, this is definitely for you, because I don't trust gurus. These guys who get up there and they're all cool and they dress all cool and they got their diamonds and fancy suits and all that stuff. I just don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't know. More times than not, when you check them out and you Google their name, you find out that, there's a bunch of bad stuff about them, or they're not really doing what they teach you, which is funny, right? Because if it was so profitable. I remember watching those late night real estate things, and the guys weren't buying real estate anymore. They were just selling courses on how to buy real estate. Well, if it was so popular and so profitable, why don't you still do it? I sell stuff online every single day. Every day I sell stuff online. If you have a lack of confidence, this was really me, because I started later in life and I just didn't have the skills, man. I mean, like when I was trying to send emails to people, and you're going to laugh about this, but I didn't know there was a reply and forward button. So what I would do is I would copy the entire email and repaste it, and then copy their email address and repaste it, and then send it out. So when I found out there was a forward and reply button, I was like, oh my God, my life has just gotten so much easier. It was crazy. So if those things apply, you are in the right place. Let me get a drink of water here, 1 second. I'll probably do that a couple of times. My throat gets really dry when I talk a lot, so I hope you'll appreciate that and you'll work with me on that, because my voice is not good when I talk a lot. So what you will know at the end of this training, and I want to be so specific on this so you make sure it matches up for you, is a system to successfully run Facebook ads and succeed, get this, with $5 a day budget. That's what I start with. I never start with more than that, $5 a day, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So about me, I told you I would fill you in about me, and I should do that because you got to know who you're learning from. Is it worthwhile? Is anything I'm saying worthwhile? I mean, really? Because I've listened to a lot of people at like long webinars, and I got to the end and checked them out online, and I was like, they don't know anything. How can they teach me anything? Okay, so I started selling online in 2009 at the age of 50. Wow, what an old man, right? 50 years old. But it was like I was so sick of my boss. I just didn't like my boss. I was so tired of him telling me what to do. I just had to do something. So I started selling online in 2009. And I was pretty much a failure then, I'll tell you that. But I quickly figured out some things that worked, put them into place, and did pretty well. I have several internet businesses now that do in the millions a year, which is cool. I like that, right? Millions of dollars. I wasn't making that before. You can trust me on that one. Just wasn't doing it, okay? But after I figured out a few things, which I'm going to share with you guys, it helped me tremendously. I've sold millions of dollars of products online, both digital and physical. So I know both areas now, and I think that's pretty cool that I can share that information with people. My products, my physical products, get this, are on Walmart's website. They're on Sears' website. A lot of major, matter of fact, they're on thousands and thousands of websites. And I don't want you to go Googling my stuff now, because I already did that. And I'm going to show you a screenshot so you can actually see what I'm telling you to be the truth. Because I don't know, I always had distrust of people who did webinars. So I want you to trust me, but I want you to trust me because it's factual, not BS. I've written several books on the subject, which is cool. I've got several courses on e-commerce, and I'm not going to share them with you today because I'm not trying to sell you those courses. I want to train you today. So I'm at Google right now, and I just want to do a quick search for one of my products, which is Survival. I'll get this right. See there, it's a search term. Check that out. Survival K Food, and see what I get. Okay, so here's what I got. I got 33 million results for Survival K Food right now. Look at this. Look at this. We are the #1 result on here. And as you scroll through here, you see Amazon, you see Survival Warehouse, you see Sportsman's Guide. It's just amazing. And we own the whole first page. Survival K Food does. You know how hard it is to get on the first page? Now these are ads up here. These are all ads. But then look at this. Video after video after video. Look at this. Here's Walmart. Walmart is on page 2. I'm on page 1. Check that out. There's some of my products on Walmart. It just fills this page here, guys. I'm not showing you this to brag. I'm showing you this because this works. So there's 3 types of people out there that are involved in, online marketing, sales, that type of thing. The first one you've got is a successful person selling online who does not teach, okay? So what they're doing is they've got a business and they sell widgets, and they do really well at selling widgets, and they're really sharp people and they really know what they're doing, but they ain't got time for you. And what I mean by that is they just don't want to teach, okay? They're making enough money, so they don't teach. The next person is somebody who just teaches, okay? They don't sell products online, but they teach people how to sell products online, physical, digital, whatever, market products. These are the ones I really have a hard time with, and I have a hard time with it because if they were making so much money doing this online, why are they just teaching? Why aren't they selling products? And then the last one is me. It's a person who's successful online and teaches. Now, I don't want to just teach people how to sell stuff online or market or do Facebook ads. And the reason I don't is because I can't make as much money as I can actually selling stuff online. So every single day, I sell stuff online, and I'll show you some other spots you can find information about me, but I sell products every day. Okay, we do millions in sales. And so I would say to you, whether if you click with me, that's cool. If you don't click with me, that's cool too. But whoever you're listening to, make sure they're doing what they tell you make sure they're doing what they're teaching you to do. Because if they're not teaching you stuff that they're doing, then it probably doesn't work, and you're probably wasting your money if you're paying them anything. I want to show you my childhood. First, I want to show you my childhood home. It's beautiful. I come from very high standards, and here it is. This is my home in Memphis, Tennessee. Somebody's commenting and laughing. Don't do that. I had a friend actually go by my house from when I was a kid the other day, and he snapped this picture and sent it to me. Got a cool little frame around it, right? Makes it look really cool. Now, I want to explain to you what this house is. First off, it's not really a house, it's a duplex. So we lived in one half. In other words, if you draw a line right down the middle that would come through that porch there, I lived on that left-hand side and other people lived on the right-hand side. As you can tell, I did not live in a mansion. I did not come from a nice neighborhood. When you walked out in the streets, there was drugs being sold, and probably by my friends and I. I mean, we were not good kids, But that's my beginnings. And I want to tell you, it doesn't matter where your beginnings are. It matters the direction you're heading, because everybody's got to begin, okay? Now, if you're a wealthy person and you're born into a lot of money, hey, more power to you. I wasn't born into that, didn't have that, and I had to earn the money I got, and I'm very, very thankful for everything I have now. So I'm going to tell you a little later on in this training how I actually spend my money, because I don't spend it like most people do, and I'll tell you why I don't either. So then and now, this is my high school picture, and I just want to show you what a beautiful hairdo I had. Was that awesome or what? The guy next to me was Victor Pfizer, and he was my best friend. He passed away a few years ago of a stroke. Awesome, awesome guy. And he had the biggest afro in our school. He was a really cool guy. I loved him to death. He was just a friend of mine all through high school. And when I didn't have friends, he was my friend. So I thought it was cool because my last name was Fisher and his was Pfizer, that he ended up in the yearbook right next to me there. Though his face got cut off in that picture, unfortunately. Sorry about that, Victor. Didn't mean to do that. Now, this is me now. This is at a meeting I went to, and I got to meet a gentleman named Sean Stevenson. If you don't know Sean Stevenson, he's an incredible speaker. And he is confined to a wheelchair. He has what's called brittle bone disease. He has spent time with Bill Clinton. He spent time with the Dalai Lama. He has spent time with leaders all around the world because of his ability to tell people how to be successful. And he does it all from a wheelchair. So I don't know what your position is or where you're at in life, but if Sean Stevenson can do this, and he markets online, by the way, guys. If he can do this, you can too, okay? So, don't say, oh, woe is me, I can't do things. Sean's an amazing person, just an amazing person. If you ever get a chance to listen to him, please do so. This is me on the right, recording one of my videos, and as you can see, it's not really a fancy setup, but we put a green screen behind there. Sometimes we'll put a fancy office or something, because I don't need it. I can work from anywhere, and I do work from anywhere. I work a lot from Starbucks, or when I'm traveling on the road, I can work from my car, I can work from my hotel room. It doesn't matter, and that's actually the cool thing I think about this business, is that you can do that and pull that off. This is me not long ago at a ClickBank function. It's a ClickBank Platinum function for people who are doing like $1 million plus a year, and we were down in Cancun, Mexico, so I got to go to that. And this is me now. It's me in my office. I do have an office, obviously. And I'm doing a coaching call here. I do live coaching calls, which I'll tell you about a little later on. And I'll tell you how you can get those for free, by the way, and be able to ask me questions live and do all that cool stuff. A couple of things that's interesting about that office there. If you notice, there's not a lot of paperwork on the desk. There's not a lot of junk. I've got a cell phone to the left of me there. And I got my phone to the right, and I got my microphone and my laptop. I can pick up that laptop, and I can move my office anywhere I want to go. Off to the left there on the wall, there's a couple articles written about our company. And behind me is a worthless piece of paper. It's actually my college diploma, which I got, and I hang it up because I got it. That's about it. It's not the thing that made me any money. And unfortunately, unless maybe you're going into being a lawyer, or doctor, or an accountant, or something like that, college degrees nowadays, you may have figured this out. They ain't what they cracked up to be. I mean, a college degree will get you, would you like a latte with that? There are a lot of those people who are working at Starbucks or fast food chains or something. They just don't do it. And what's crazy is what I'm going to teach you today will make you money, and it's not taught in colleges. I mean, it would get you a job when you got out, but they don't teach it. Maybe at some point they'll catch up. This is me in Bangkok, Thailand. And, there was thousands of people there. This was an affiliate summit. And as you see, I'm wearing shorts because I don't like to wear long pants. I'm not big on that. And they were doing an interview with me because I was an expert. And I thought, wow, just a few years ago, I didn't like my boss and I didn't like my job. And now I'm in a foreign country, Bangkok, Thailand, where there's thousands of people and they're filming interviews of me. So, that makes me feel really good. And I'd show you this not to brag, but just to say, dang, man, get out there and try some of this stuff. It's amazing what direction you could end up, So I don't spend my money on Lambos or Bentleys, okay? So if you're expecting to see a bunch of shots of me getting into jet airplanes and, fancy cars and Bentleys and all that, that's not what you're going to see. That's not what I spend my money on. And what you spend your money on is up to you. If you want a Rolls Royce or, you want to get you a Ferrari, you can do that. I've had friends that did that. And I got to be honest, years ago, I was into the Jaguars, all the fancy cars. I'm not anymore. I don't care about it. I care about things that make a difference. And it's funny, the more money you make, the more you'll realize that you care about things that make a difference. Because these personal treasures are nice. But man, it's really cool to help people out. So if you go to YouTube, which you don't have to, I've already done it for you, and I typed in Feeding the Homeless San Diego, the number one video up there, and you can see it right here, is 91,000 views, and I'm so proud to say that's my video. That's a video where I went out and was actually feeding the homeless people in San Diego, and it's just an awesome feeling to really help people out and do something like that. So that's part of where I spend my money, and I took my crew with me from the warehouse. This is me actually coming up on a man when we were filming that, and he was just about to have lunch out of a trash can. That's what he was about to do. And I walked up and I handed him a bag of food, nice sandwich and some fruit and some crackers and a drink. And he looked at me, and I don't know mentally if he understood or not, but he gave me a look like I really appreciate that. He never said a word to me, and he walked off in the woods and he had his lunch. So that's what I'm into. You can be into what you want when you earn money. And I didn't know I was into this until I had money. It's amazing what money will do to you, right? So we've talked about you and we've talked about me, okay? So if you're still here, which is great, and I know we're full right now, so some people may have left and come in. One thing I know is that you fit and I fit, okay? So we do fit together, and that's a good thing. Now, the last part of the puzzle is, does Facebook fit in your life? I mean, is that really something, is that a road you want to go down? So let's take a look at that. Why Facebook? Why would we use Facebook to make money? Here's why. 22% of the world's population is on Facebook. Now, hang on to that thought for a second. There's billions and billions of people in the world. 22% of the world's population is on Facebook. Odds are, if you want to sell something, they're probably on Facebook. There are 50 million plus businesses on Facebook. So here's another thing I want you to look at. If you have a business and you want to sell stuff to 22% of the world's population, you might want to be on Facebook, right? Because 50 million businesses, they just can't be wrong. Facebook has over 2 billion users a month. So they're not just like signed up for it and not using it. They're using it. 2 billion users a month. Here you go. 23% of the worldwide mobile advertising is done on Facebook. That's That's crazy. A quarter of all the advertising. So, like if a car dealership has billboards and has newspaper and everything, 23% of their stuff is mobile. So this is insane. 53% of America use it several times a day. So they not only log in during the month, but they use it several times a day. Half of America does. So if you want to sell to people in America, awesome. And it's pretty much the same in the UK and Australia and many other countries too. So let's look at this, because everybody says, oh, Facebook's dying out and it's not what it used to be. It's huge. The only thing that's changed with Facebook is the amount of growth has come down a little bit, but that would be inevitable because they've got already most of the world on there, okay? So what's the next closest? Facebook's got 53% of the people using it several times a day. Then you got WhatsApp, which is actually a communication type thing, like a Skype or something like that. It's got YouTube is 35%, Snapchat, and then it really drops down to Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit. Periscope doesn't even hardly register anymore, neither does Pinterest. So this is current information. This is what's going on right now. Guys, you are at the point where you should get in. Okay, a lot of people are worried, did I miss it? Is it over with? Is it all gone? Did I miss the big bubble? No, it's growing now. You are getting in at the right time if you're doing Facebook ads. Now, here's the cool thing that I like. Image ads account for 75 to 90% of all ads. So if you're thinking you got to make super cool videos and you've got to have Ron Howard come out and direct your videos for Facebook, you don't. You just put a picture up, okay? And I'm even going to help you with that in this training today and show you how you can do those ads really super simple. Oh, remind me to tell you about the ad creator. Yeah, I put that in there as a note for myself, okay? I did remember. Okay, so I'm going to show you about the ad creator. Now, let's look at this. There's only 5 steps to doing successful Facebook ads, and I want to go through each one with you so that you know what the steps are so you have no issues. Fair enough? Awesome. Okay, let's take a look. First one is a great offer, okay? You got to have a great offer. I'm going to go in detail in just a second what a great offer is. Second, you have to have good images and ads, and I'll go into that with you, show you what you need, tell you how to do it. Third, you have to have good text. And some people call this copy. I guess those are the fancy people. I call it text, but it's copy, I guess. Next one is you have to target the right audience. So it doesn't matter if you got a super great product and a super good ad. If you're selling tractors, right, and they're cool tractors and they're half price and they've got a lifetime warranty, and you don't show them to people who farm, you probably won't sell a lot of tractors. But Facebook allows you to actually target these people, and I'm going to show you how too. Next thing is you got to know how to set up the ads, which is the tough part, but I'm going to make it simple steps, and then you got to know how to scale them. And all scale means is to increase that ad budget, how to increase it, how much to increase it, so that you get good results, so you continue to make money, okay? So let's just break down each one, okay? Great offer. What's a great offer? It's got to be a unique product, okay? It's got to be something a little different. So if you're a pencil salesman, I would say Facebook's not for you. Okay, you got to have a little bit cooler product than a pencil, but it doesn't take much more. But you got to have something a little bit more, and you can take a very average product and make it seem really cool. I'm going to show you about that in just a second too. You got to have good pricing. Okay, you can't go on Facebook and rip people off. If you think you can go in there and charge 4 times what everybody else is charging, you can't do it. Now, if you also think that you can't sell stuff on Facebook because it's cheaper on Amazon, that's not true either, because the way we advertise, it's actually an opportunity ad, and you catch people when they're not thinking about something and they see your ad and they jump on it because it's cool and because how you present it to them. So it's not like, you're trying to sell to people who are buying, office chairs for their office. That's not what you're doing with these Facebook ads. And that's where a lot of people get messed up, because that's what they think. Also, you got to have some kind of bonuses, and I'll talk to you about what bonuses are in just a second. And you want to have bumps, upsells, and downsells. And all that means is once they bought a product, what we do is we'll have a little checkbox where they can, get a little added thing. And then after they buy that thing, we'll offer them a little bit more expensive thing. And if they don't buy that thing, we'll offer them a little bit lower expensive thing. Okay. So that's all that is. This is not complicated stuff. Next, you got to have great images and ads. Okay. If you don't have a good image, people aren't going to click on it. It's got to stand out. And it doesn't have to stand out like you don't have to be some type of graphic artist. I'm going to show you how to do this really easy, but it does have to stand out. It's got to do one of these 3 things: demonstrate, educate, or entertain. Or if you can put them all in one, that would be awesome. If you can demonstrate, educate, and entertain all at once, you're going to have a killer ad. And it's got to look organic but professional. And here's what I mean. It's got to look like something that somebody would see in their news feed from their friends. something interesting, like a friend went to a wedding, or, I saw one the other day that was really cool, where it was a kid that was in a outfit, and it was a sloth outfit, and they were slowly going down the hall, and it was actually ad that was actually generating leads, but it looked like something that somebody had personally posted. So and when I say professional, what I mean by that is you can't put up blurry pictures. You can't put up pictures that aren't lit well, or the product's blurry, stuff like that. I mean, common sense stuff. And it's got to be colorful or colorless. Now, what do I mean by that? Colorful, obviously you picked up on that one, right? It's got to have some bright colors. It's got to stand out. Or colorless is black and white. Now, I've experimented with this, and I've done a lot of black and white ads of me and promoting, let's say, one of my books or something like that, and it did incredible. And the reason it did incredible is when you're scrolling through your feed and you see ad after ad after ad, and you see something black and white, it triggers something in your brain. You're like, black and white? Who's doing something in black and white? It'll make you look at it, and that's all you want to really do with your images. Next, you got to have good copy or text. See how I threw that copy word in there? I'm getting all fancy now, right? You got to call out a specific pain point or offer a solution, and I'm going to show you one of my ads that I did that with so you can get an example of what you can do. It's got to be easy to read, okay? It can't be difficult. Don't use, highbrow type language. They say most people actually read on a 5th grade level. So, you're not going to offend somebody if you type on a 5th grade, if you do your copy on a 5th grade level. But you can't offend people if you try to be too fancy and a bunch of big words and stuff like that. And you got to space it out. And this is what I mean by this is a lot of people will take their text and just bunch it up where there's like 20 sentences all together and no spaces, no paragraph breaks. I mean, I put like 1 or 2 sentences per paragraph, not much. And I'll use some emojis sometimes to break that up. And you got to lead the reader to want to click. Okay, that's the whole goal of an ad. Your goal is not to sell anything. Your goal is to get somebody to click to go to your page to sell them something. And that's a part that a lot of people miss, is they think an ad's supposed to sell people stuff. It can't. It doesn't have enough time. It doesn't have enough space to sell them. Your landing page, your sales page will do that for you. Number 4, know how to set up ads and scale them. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit difficult for some people. It won't be after I show you what to do, but for some people, they have a hard time. First, you need to have a very low startup spend. Now, this is critical because what you're doing in the beginning is we're running a bunch of little tiny ads to figure out which ones are going to work. And then once we figure out which one works, we kill all the other ones and we only scale the ones that are working well. So, it's a pretty cool thing. Be able to tell which ads are good and which ads are bad, okay? We don't want to run bad ads. And you must have a predetermined system. So let me kind of tell you what my predetermined system is, all right, and how this works. If you've ever been into a casino, you know that what you'll do is you'll bet on something, and we'll take the game blackjack, okay? You'll bet on, it's 4 or 5 people at the table, you bet on your hand, and you decide if you want to bet more based on the 1 or 2 cards you see from the other people, and, and what the dealer is showing, because the dealer is showing 1 card too. But after that, you're done, okay? And you're going to win or lose. Now imagine this. Imagine you could go into a casino and you could put a $1 bet down, okay? A $1 bet on everybody's hand. Just a $1 bet. Matter of fact, you could even put a $1 bet on the house's hand, okay? And then after they turned over all their cards, you could increase any bet you wanted. It's insane, right? I mean, you would look at the winning hand and say, well, I want to bet on the winning hand. I think I want to put $100 more on that, or $1,000 or whatever I've got in my pocket because I know it's a winner. That's exactly what we do with Facebook ads. So we'll run 8 or 10 ads at $5. We're spending, $40, $50, not a lot of money. But we look at the results of those after 2 to 3 days, and guess what? We kill all the other ones and we just bet on the winning one. And we can make incredible money doing this, guys. Incredible money. People don't use the system. I don't know why they don't do it. I guess they just don't know. And you must retarget the interested people. And what I mean by that is, what we're going to do is once we get the people who click on our ads and go to our pages and all that, we have ways of retargeting those people and showing them that ad again or another similar ad. And oh my gosh, the purchase rates are crazy on that. And I'll show that actually to you in an example I've got coming up. And you must use lookalike audiences. Now, what's a lookalike audience? Lookalike audience, pretty simple, really. It is, you take some people who bought from you, and you upload them to Facebook and you say to Facebook, hey, give me more of these people. So what Facebook does is they look at those buyers, they look at all their characteristics and all the data around there, where they live and where they work and what pages they like and, you know, what posts they comment on. And then they go out and find you 1 million, 2 million people more like that. And guess what? You can run your ads to those people. And guess what? Those people end up buying from you because they look just like the people who already did. Pretty simple, right? We must target the right audience. And when I say the right audience, I put cat people up there because cat people are the perfect audience if you're selling cat stuff. I mean, they're just an incredible audience, okay? Because they all have a common goal. This is the truth about audiences. And you want to have an audience that has a common goal. They just love cats. They'll sit there and watch cat videos all day long. I know, my wife is a cat lover and she will watch cat videos all day long. Fortunately, she's a hard worker and she doesn't do that. But, you know, cat people love that stuff, okay? It's got to be large enough. Now, there's enough cat people out there, right, to sell stuff to. And I'm not saying sell to cat people. I'm just saying try to find an audience that's similar to that. They must have the money to spend, okay? If you're targeting, you know, 12, 13-year-old kids and you're expecting to make some money, you're probably not going to make any money because they don't have the money to spend. So you got to make sure your audience has the money to spend. Next up, they have to be motivated to buy. So if they have a common goal and it's a large audience, they got money to spend, but they're not motivated to buy anything, then you're still wasting your time. So you got to hit all of these areas to have the right audience. But it's really that simple, and we can target those people. Let's enter the real world, not random testimonials. I know I've been on a lot of trainings over my years, and you know, a guy will be up there and he'll be saying, oh, this guy says wonderful things about me, and this person says wonderful things about me, and this person says, and a lot of those people that are saying wonderful things about him are in the same industry, and they're all doing it for each other, right? So there's a guy selling a book on, I don't know, how to set up a warehouse, and all of his buddies, you know, have books on how to set up warehouses, and they all give each other testimonials. Duh. Yeah, it's not too hard to get a testimonial. So what I'd like to do, and I do have a testimonial in here from one guy, one of my coaching clients. I don't want to give you a bunch of random testimonials. I want to show you real world stuff. So let's enter the real world. This is a screenshot of some ads that I've got running here. And you can see the dates and everything on there. Everything's right there. And here's the cool thing about them. The first ad got me 70 buyers at $18.57 per person. Okay, pretty cool. The next one got me 156 buyers at $16.50 per person. Okay, and you can see that off to the right there. If you look cost per result, that's what that means. And the last one, oh, it killed. And if you notice, remember I said something about retargeting being really good? I retargeted people who had visited my page. Look at that. 147 sales only cost me $8.99. Now this is the cost to acquire the customer. So that's what it cost me to get a buyer. Okay, so now let's look a little bit further at this. The average cost per result per purchase was $13.92. In other words, if you add all that up and divide it all out, that's what you come out with. Now, this is the ad that was running to those people, okay? And if you notice, it's bright. It's bright, just like I told you, okay? It says this is an open letter to anyone who has tried to start an e-commerce business and has failed. That is pretty targeted, right? I mean, that's just not going to speak to but so many people. So I really do these targeted things that make sense, okay? Now let's look at the results. The average customer on this particular ad spent $31.29. Why? Because I had the product, I had a bump, I had some upsells and downsells, and when the average person went through that funnel, they spent $31.29. Now, some people ended up spending in the thousands. They became a coaching client of mine. So, you know, it was really super profitable. But on average, $31.29. So what does that mean with the ad spend I did and what I got in? What does that actually mean to me? Well, the average cost per buyer, which I showed you on the other page, was $13.92. My return on investment was 124%. 124%. Now, this is not a physical product, but I have a lot of physical products. I have a survival food company. You got to take out the cost of whatever the product is. So this one here was, you know, 100% profit. But still, if you take out what it cost me to get a buyer and what I made, it was 124%. Now, have you guys ever heard of this dude? This dude's name is Warren Buffett. Now, Warren Buffett is known to be one of the richest men in the world. Now, I am not, by any stretch of the imagination, going to compare myself to Warren Buffett. Because, I mean, he's the deal, man. And shoot, he wears a tie. Maybe that's got a lot to do with it. I don't know. I don't want to wear a tie. Maybe that hurt me. But understand, Warren Buffett made money by buying companies and running these companies, okay? He did not make, you know, use of Facebook to make his money, okay? He was just running companies, and he's known to be one of the most profitable, you know, investors in the world, and his average return is 20% a year. Now, what I just showed you on that previous screen there, I'm making 124% in a matter of a couple of days. Now, I am not saying I'm better than Warren Buffett, because I'm not. But I'm telling you that Warren Buffett didn't have access to Facebook. And I'm also telling you that people like Warren Buffett are going to get taken over by people like, who's that guy that started Facebook? Yeah, I think you know the guy I'm talking about, spoke in front of the Congress. Mark Zuckerberg's made billions and billions of dollars in just a few years. You know, Warren Buffett's been at this for 50 or 60 years. And, you know, Zuckerberg's right up there with him. So the opportunity to make insane money now is on Facebook. If Warren Buffett ever gets on Facebook, you know, holy crap, it's going to be scary, right? But I want to give you that comparison because you can make money so much faster and at such a higher percentage of return than you ever could before because Facebook exists. It didn't exist before. So what's my secret weapon? I bet you already know what it is. I'm going to show it to you right now. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Facebook. Facebook. That's my secret weapon. That's how I can make money. That's how I can make millions and be a guy who, you know, doesn't know much technologically, you know, who, you know, hasn't been online, you know, for, 30, 40 years. Of course, that hadn't even been around, has it? I guess I got in at a good time, but it's even better now. So here's why, though. We have more data on human buying behaviors than ever in history. So when Warren Buffett bought See's Candies, you know, they don't have but so much data on those customers coming into the stores, the retail stores, because that's how they bought. Now that they're buying online, they can start getting that data and they can start targeting those people much better and really increase their sales. I'm sure he's doing this now. I'm sure he's all over it. So I want to show you exactly how I do this, okay? So that you have a game plan so that you can move forward doing this too. There's 5 successful steps to running ads. First one is to find a product, okay? If you don't have a product, then it's hard to sell anything, okay? And we talked earlier, you got to have a good offer. Next thing is you got to promote like your competitor's fan page. And what I mean by that is you find the top people in the market and you promote the same way they're promoting, you get the same results. Now you're saying to me right now, well, that's really hard to find the top people. It's not, and I'm going to show you how in just a second. Like I said, we're giving you a lot of content here so you can actually use this stuff. I got a lot of people there thanking me off to the side. I appreciate that. And they said this is the best training they've had. So, well, that's good. I'm glad. You know, that was my goal. So if you guys think you got good training, I'm satisfied. The next thing is I suggest you spy on the competitor's social media. Know exactly what they're doing. And you say, well, that's kind of hard to do. I don't even know who the competitors are. I'm going to show you to find out who those competitors are and how to spy on their social media, both of those. And then you got to create a great ad. And you know what? You don't have to create it. I'm going to show you how to do that too. And the last thing is I want you to target the right audience. And you said, well, I don't know how to do that. I'm also going to show you how to do that, guys. So this is all going to be super, super easy. Okay, so let's start with how to find your audiences, okay? Because that's super important. We want to get our offer in front of the right person. Okay, so if you're running ads, this is where people normally start to set their audiences and all. And it's really kind of a pain to go through all this to figure out your audiences. But let's run through an example real quick. We'll do a conversion ad real quick. And let's see here. We'll say this is a test, because that's what it is. It's a test. Okay, we don't care about anything about that. We'll click continue here. Okay, and we'll call it the test again. I want you guys to know step by step how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to go down here to audiences, okay? Now, I've skipped over a couple other things, but I'm just trying to show you how most people do audiences, and oh my gosh, it's so difficult the way they go about it. This is your custom audience here. This is your location. We'll go ahead and pick location. So this is where they try to target. And I mean, it makes sense because this is all that's available to you. But let's pick, I don't know, let's say you're selling something to turtle people who like turtles. So I type in the word turtle, and the overall interest is 29 million, and that would be ridiculous. We can't use that because it's too broad. It could mean anything. Then we got green sea turtles, it's 8 million. That's pretty good. We got sea turtle is 7 million. We got turtle wax. We've got great lawn and turtle pond, which would be too small. So it's kind of difficult because as you scroll over all this, you see how these audiences over here change and the size of them, and it's just kind of hard to figure. You got to actually type them in to figure it out. Let's pick something else, and we'll put dogs right in here. So dogs there, watch dogs, dog world. And let's say you were a dog trainer, okay? So you're trying to find people dog trust, maybe there's 1 million people, but there's 5,000 in this one here. This is employers. And you can see over here what it is: interest, dog magazine, puppy, lost dogs, I love dogs, and they're all just over the place. I mean, you can't figure it out. Like, is this dog trainer here for people who train dogs or people who want to learn how to train dogs? And it's just, and then you have Purina Dog Channel in here, there's employer. It's super difficult to figure out your audiences. So what I'd like to do is show you a piece of software that I can provide to you, that you can actually get today, to figure out this audience thing. So let's go take a look at that right now. Okay, you're gonna love me for this bonus, because this one is like super cool. The biggest problem that people have, and I'm at our audience analyzer right now, is that they can't figure out where to send their ads. I mean, they want to get it in front of the right people, but how do you do that? Here's how you do that. Okay, what I did here is I put camping and hiking, and I'm going to search interest for these two things here. Let's say I'm selling camping supplies or something like that. Look at this. I mean, instantly it pulled up, 237 audiences. Now, keep in mind, these are real audiences, and what I mean by that is this actually connects with Facebook, and it won't pull back any of these unless there's actually a Facebook audience. You know how sometimes you go into Facebook and you keep typing in keywords and you keep typing in keywords and there's really no audience, or the audience is way too small and you've wasted your time? What this does is it will sort them. So I just clicked once. It'll sort them from high to low, okay? Or what I can do right here is I can say greater than. So if I just want audiences that have at least, say, 50,000, I can do that. Boom, look at that. I've got just audiences that have 50,000 in them. So that way I don't waste any of my time. Now here's the really super cool thing about this. See how they all say camping, and then there's some hiking down there and hiking? It pulled up those two keywords, but based on those two keywords, check this out. What I can do is I can select, let me go back up here again. Let me select, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 of these. And I'm going to pick camping and FC Barcelona RVs and own goal. And check this out. I want to get suggestions. In other words, broaden the number of audience that I can go to. And check this out. Look at this. Now I've got 265. And if you scroll down here now, you can see what the root keyword is. So this is the root keyword that I clicked over here. And let me add backpacking to that and National Rifle Association. Get suggestions. I got 322 right now, okay? And as I scroll down here, I've got RVs, I've got backpacking, wilderness, and now look at this, man. I've got so many audiences. How long does it take you to find an audience? It can take you hours to find 4, 5, 6 audiences, and I've done within seconds this. You can also search Wikipedia, you can search movies, books, sites, brands. I mean, it's unbelievable what you can do. And this helps you find those audiences. You'll know up front if there's enough people to target, and you can go ahead and run your Facebook ads. So that's pretty cool, guys. And yeah, I'm getting a lot of comments. People saying they love that particular one, and they want to learn more. Okay, let's move on. Let's look at how to spy on your competitor's page. Guess what? I got a software for that. Here we go. Let's check that out right now. Okay, guys, I'm here now at the Fan Page Analyzer. This is super, super cool. You're really going to like this. Now, let me tell you what this does, basically. You can go out there and find the top fan pages. You can find out exactly what they're posting. You can see what they're doing. You can do it in seconds, and you can emulate the same thing on your page. Matter of fact, you can actually run a page report on another page or your own page to see what you need to do, what you need to change to get more interaction. So what I did is I went and searched CrossFit here, came up with all these CrossFit pages, and it's got the fan count, it's got talking about, that's the people interacting, who are liking, commenting, sharing, all that good stuff. It's got the fan ratio, it's actually calculating the people talking about it into the fan count, and they come up with the ratio on that. And let's slide over here. It's got all kinds of data in here. Oh my God, it's got rating count, it's got the rating ratio, it's got category, what they're in, the description, it's got their about, it's got the company overview, mission statement. It just goes on and on and on. It's got their emails. Hey, if you wanted to get their emails, you could get it from here. If you wanted to contact these people. Look at this, it's even got the phone numbers in here. So you could actually get people's phone numbers and their names. It's craziness. There's so much in here. Their address, everything you want, when they started. But let's look at this a little bit further and what you can do with it. Let's say you want really high fan counts, so we're just going to say anything over 50,000. That's all we care about. And we come up with these two right here that are over 50,000, okay? And we can look at one of these pages. So I can click right here. I can go directly to the page. I can see exactly what they're doing. Let me get in here, and as it loads, and there you go. There's 3 million people who like this. That's insane. 3 million people. And we instantly found it. How long would it take you to find this on your own if you're just searching through Facebook? It would take you forever. We know that to be true. Okay, so let's go back to it again. I just want to look at a couple of other things you can do in here. We can also look at posts. Okay, so what you do is you'd come to right here, and you would copy the address of that particular fan page. Then you would go back over here, and you would go to fan pages, and we would put a manual insert in here, okay, on post. Then I clicked get page post, and check this out. Is this insane or what? Now what I've done is I've looked at this page here, this big page with 3 million people. I've looked at all their page posts here, okay? And we could sort it by comments, likes, shares, whatever we want here. Let's sort it by shares. Let's say we want to find something that's viral for shares, then we'll say over 500. Okay, so we've got these posts here. Now I can actually go to this post. I can see what the post is. Once I click on it, I go to the actual post, and I find out this is what's viral. This is what people can check it out. It's an older lady doing exercises here, and this one here got 1,100 comments, 4,444 shares. So that's what you can do with this software. What you're doing here is you're actually analyzing pages that are super, super popular, and then you're actually looking at their comments, likes, and shares, figuring out the best particular things they're doing in the group, and you can copy the same thing. Another thing you can do is a page report. I'm going to click right here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter that page ID right there, and I'm going to generate a report. And let's see, maximum post to analyze. I'll say 100, okay? And then I'll calculate it. Now check this out. It's done a report on this page. It tells you what the engagement is. It gives you all this analysis, top information on it, content, what's missing, email, phone, all these things here. That would improve it. And then you'll know. So here, check this out. You can do this on your own page, and you'll know exactly what to change on your page to make it a more popular page that you can use to really grow your business.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. You got to admit. I mean, that's that's crazy what you can do with these softwares. Okay, now this one here I'm going to show you next is another piece of software you can use, and you can spy on your competitors' social posts. So let's check this out real quick.
Okay, guys, I pulled up this really cool software. You're going to love it. It's our Social Post Browser. Now, let me kind of explain to you what this does. This actually integrates with Facebook. And what it does is it goes out there and finds social posts for you so that you can find out what's working, and then guess what? You can emulate them. You don't want to copy them exactly, obviously, but you can emulate them. Okay, so here's how it works. You've got two boxes here. You've got a search phase right here, and you've got a website. So let's say you're interested in, I don't know, camping. So we'll put camping in here. And we can search now. And what this is going to do, it gives you several choices here. You can search all posts, live post, page post, photo post, video post, or share post. Now, when you click them all, what's going to happen is, watch this, you're going to love this. As soon as I click search, what it does is it opens a tab for every single one of those things I clicked. So you can look at them individually. Like if you want to look at the share tab, you could do that. If you want to look at the video tab, the photo tab. Right now we're on the share one right here. Look at this. There's 8,000 likes on this. Immediately, I found this camping in this tent mansion from Cabela's right here, okay? And it's sold at wide open spaces right here. So this gives me an idea of something to sell. I mean, it's got 711 comments, 3,400 shares. And as I scroll through here, see, like this one didn't get that many, okay? So maybe I don't want to mess with that one. And I can literally find ads that are working. And once I find ads that are working, guess what? I can do ads just like them, okay? Now, another cool thing down here I didn't mention, you can actually search by date. You can search by month, year, last month, last year. You can even put custom ones in here. Let me go back here real quick, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick Teespring. Teespring's awesome, right? That's the t-shirt people. So we can figure out what kind of t-shirts are working well, because Teespring will be in the actual name of the product. And let me show you what I mean by that. Now, when it goes in here, check this out.
it says Teespring, where's the Fireball? So what it does is this is the person's real site, where's the Fireball, but it searches Teespring for their product. Now check this out, 194 shares, 62 comments. Hey, that interests me. I can then look at this particular ad right here, pull up that ad there. Not only that, look at this, check this out. I can click on it, I can go to their page, and I can reverse engineer exactly what they've done. This is amazing, guys. Look, shows you how to order and everything here, and I can scroll down, I can see what kind of shirts they're doing. But that's pretty cool stuff, right? So I can find really cool products. I can do it in seconds instead of spending hours to do this stuff. And then I can be assured it's going to do well. Why? Because it's already doing well. There's already one like that, okay? So that's how you use the Social Post browser. And let me just look at this one more time here. See if there's anything else I want to tell you about this. Oh yeah, oh my God, this is awesome. Right here, if I want, I can click. And what it does is this here is pre-populated with all these different sites, and you can actually use these. So let's say I wanted to go to lead pages, or I wanted to go, and what I do is I double click here, and it actually throws it over here for me. Pretty cool stuff, right? So let's get rid of that one. We'll go here, and since these are some saved searches we've done, like ClickFunnels or Instapage, these will be pre-populated for you, and you can actually use those too. And you can do the same thing right here on the website. We can get rid of that. Click right here, pick the website we want, tease for the people. Okay, we could do that. And that's a print on demand, and see, we have all these categorized for you. E-commerce site, page builder sites. Now here's the cool thing. Once we get one we like this, we can click add, and it will throw it down in there. This one's already been saved, see there? Because I pulled it up. I don't have to put any of this stuff in here. Watch this. I can just X out of this. I can go here. I can scroll down to the bottom, which am I there? Okay, scroll down to the bottom, and I can click here, and I can populate that particular one, right? And I can just say, okay, and it's going to put it up there for me. It's really cool, guys. You're going to love this software.
So that was pretty awesome. I bet you like that. Now let's look at how to create Facebook ads, because creating Facebook ads is really difficult for some people. They don't really know how to get started and where to start. So I'm going to show you a piece of software that actually does it for you and has a lot of templates. And let's just jump in here and take a look at it real quick.
This is by far one of my favorites, and it's because it saves you so much money. I mean, you don't have to buy Photoshop, you don't have to buy any of these graphic things, you don't have to hire graphic artists. You can actually make your own ads on the fly, and I want to show you how that works and show you exactly how it's done. Okay, this is our social ad creator, and first off, it's broken down into the different sizes. So if you want to do an engagement ad, you want to do an event one, you want to do a shared image, video views, carousel, clicks, whatever you want, all you have to do is select that, and it's going to make this window the exact size. Across the top you have all the tabs, which makes it super easy. I can go in here and I can pick a template. Let me go in here and find one real quick. And you've got hundreds and hundreds of these templates too. It's crazy. And get this, if you want more, you can click on extra assets and it will download, I think, another 500 different assets for you. So that's crazy, but there's plenty there. So we're going to pick a template over here, and let me see here what I got. I'll pick her, okay? So now once I've got this over here, if I want to change anything about that, I just go to the tab at the top here. Like if I want to change the background, I could do that. If I want to change the graphics, I could do that. If I want to change the text, see how it highlights free webinar, I could say, $50 webinar. Oops, there we go. And it changed it to $50 webinar. You can see right here, okay? And you can do different things here, okay? You can change the font. And what it does is it goes in and grabs all the fonts from your computer. So whatever font you have, it will actually change it to that font if you want to do that. Whatever it is, it's crazy, okay? Alignment right here, it'll align it the way you want. If you want to add any type of graphics, let's look at graphics here real quick. Let's say you wanted to put an arrow. So it's all organized, so you don't have to go through hundreds and hundreds of them. There's lines right here. There's labels right here. There's arrows right there. So if we wanted to put an arrow here, let's grab this arrow right here. I think this yellow would show up good on the black, okay? And then we can drag this to wherever we want, okay? And we can turn it around. Okay, so we can put that arrow anywhere we want. If we want to get rid of another object, we come over here and just delete it. Okay, and here's the really cool thing about this. Facebook allows you to have a certain amount of text on all of your ads, and if you go over that, they'll either disapprove it or you could have some other problems. So check this out, what we can do here. We're going to go over here to text, and what we're going to do is see this little button here, and see this button here. This one here is the Facebook text checker.
Now look at this. If I click in all the boxes where there's text, like this, let me get all these boxes here, it will literally tell me it's accepted. It's at 13%. So it does it all for me, which is really super cool. I don't even have to think about it. Let's say you like this ad, but you want to run it for a different type of ad. So let's say you want to make it a engagement ad. All you do is click right here. It will change it. You click swap. And you may have to move some of your text around or an arrow or something like that. But basically, it's going to change it for you. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to resize it. Now, your library is going to be here, but every time you have something you like and you want to save it, you can save it to this folder right here. Or if you wanted to, you could also download it by clicking right here and just put it in the folder that you want and export that particular one. You can put girl right here, and it would put that in the document, and you would have that picture to use it for later on. You can keep designing on this particular one. You can start a new ad. So if I start a whole new ad all over again, I can do that. So this is a really super cool tool. It'll save you thousands and thousands of dollars of time and effort. You don't have to go around searching for all these things. I know I used to go around searching for all these little graphic things and buttons and miscellaneous objects and all that all over the internet and try to find them. And you don't have to do that. They're all built in here. Just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. So it makes doing your ads super, super easy.
Okay, so that's pretty cool, right? Who is learning? Okay, I'm getting a lot of people saying they've never seen so much on Facebook ads before. Yeah, there's a lot to it, but if you get it organized like this, guys, you can really move forward. So I've got, oh my God, I've had people from 9 different countries saying they're learning stuff. There's 4 more, there's 9 more. Okay, so everybody's learning. That's good. That was my goal. Remember I told you in the beginning, my goal was for you guys to learn something. That's what's important. Okay, good, cool. Now, here's my question to you. Would you like me to help you one-on-one? I mean, just one-on-one. Somebody's saying that would cost thousands of dollars. Yes, it would. It would, but I've got a way around that. You ready for the way around that? Without paying the high cost of my coaching, without having to pay me for all that personal coaching. Would you like me to still help you? You can now get the same training that my high-end clients get because I put it all into one program that you can just access now. Before I tell you about that, I want you to meet Dan. Dan is one of my coaching clients. Dan actually works for an insurance company, and he's a higher level guy, but he just didn't want to do it anymore. He adopted a young girl a few years ago, and he wants to be able to work from a beach or anywhere he wants. So let him tell you in his own words what he thinks.
I'm Dan Engelhart. I've been taught by J.R. Fisher, who is one of the supreme masters, experts, gurus in this field, and he truly is. He's incredibly knowledgeable. Impressed and grateful to him. He takes your success personally. So I say, if you have the opportunity to work with him, take it. If you have the opportunity to do it, go for it. You absolutely will not be disappointed. You'll get what you want. Wherever I have internet connection, I'll be able to make money. It's pretty good. It's excellent.
Okay, so that's Mr. Dan. I appreciate him doing that for me. But he had zero experience in e-commerce, and now he's involved in several different niches. And, I don't have any coaching spots open anyhow, so I'm not selling you any coaching spots, guys. But, he is one of my coaching clients, has been with me for a long time now, and he's been with me for a long time because he gets results. And I've taken that same information and put it into a course for you. And I'm introducing that course for the first time ever, and it's called Facebook Ads University. Now, Facebook Ads University is really a pretty amazing course, okay? It is what I consider the ultimate Facebook ads course. It walks you step by step through the entire Facebook ad process. And I want to take you inside the course for a second and just walk you around so you can kind of see what it is. Because oftentimes, you'll get into a course and you don't know what's in it. I want you guys to know exactly what's in it.
Okay, so when you get to Facebook Ads University, this is the first thing you're going to see right here, okay? This is the actual home tab here. And I start from basics because, I wasn't real educated on stuff online, and I don't know where somebody's starting off at. So I started basics. And what's the basics? How to set up a Facebook personal account. And you may already have a Facebook personal account, which I'm probably sure you do. But what I do is I show you
all the little things that you should have on your account too, which maybe you're missing, with groups and pages and all that good stuff. Anyhow, so I show you that. Then I get into the introduction here, and I show you why you should use Facebook ads. I show you your advertising budget, setting your goals and achieving them. Is drop shipping a scam? Because some people want to do some drop shipping. So I go through that with you and show you how to do that. And I also show you how to get things done. That's the really important thing. Module 1, I get into Facebook ad basics, simple steps to create your account, and quick business account setup, because that's where you want to go. Right from the get-go, I get you in there and get your business account going. Then in Module 2, I talk to you about pixels. If you don't know about pixels, no problem. I'm going to go through that with you, and that's how you track your customers. I'm going to give you a quick start guide to setting up your pixels and how to spy on your competition. That's always fun, right? Then I'm going to get into Facebook Audiences Made Simple, because you need to know how to do it. You need to do it simply, not complicated. And then I'm going to get into building custom audiences and then audience insights, okay? Module 4, I'm going to get into the anatomy of profitable campaign, easy steps to run ads, Facebook ads overview, and creating successful sales pages. Because if you run this ad, you don't have a good sales page, you kind of need that, right? Then I get into simple steps to running a successful ad. Automation ad secrets. And this automation thing is amazing. You can actually automate how much you spend, when you spend it, when you want to cut off. And that actually, I covered 2 different videos on that one. Module 6, I get into audience insights, and that's a couple modules on that. And then I get into the free plus shipping techniques. A lot of people are really killing it with that, so I wanted to go over that with you too. Module 7, I go over the anatomy of a successful funnel. Okay, you may not even know what a funnel is, but they're pretty necessary, and I show you how to do them. I show you how to 10 times your ad return. That's not bad, right? I show you how to design lookalike audiences and target special audiences, which can really improve your income. Module 8, I get into complete ads checklist. That way you've got something in front of you and you said, I've done this, 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 and this. And you can just check it off. I get into niches, products, and ads. I get into how to hijack your competitors' traffic. That's a really cool tool. You'll like that one. And then in Module 9, I get into miracle advertising systems, ad scaling secrets, how to spy on your competitors' ads. That's kind of cool, right? And how to how to use the Creative Hub. Module 10, I get into all the different types of Facebook ads. The ones that you should use that's going to make you money. That's what I do there. And then in Module 11, I get into the big guy ad hacks, what they're doing and how they're spending millions of dollars a month. I mean, it's insane what they're spending. Then I get into the reports and the analytics, so you know what you're doing, and the inside reporting. Now, I'm also going to give you a bonus, and the bonus is the Q&A Mastermind. These are invaluable. These are actually masterminds about all the subjects that I just went over with you that people pay tons of money to listen to, and it's a question and answer thing, and you guys are going to have access to that. I also have a bonus section, which I'm just going to throw in, and that is scaling with manual bidding, bidding strategies, and image and text rules, which will really help you out. Then I get into the conclusion right here, which is what is success, okay? And we have to be able to define it to achieve it and to reframe your thoughts to be successful. So I give you a simple process that you can actually just change your thoughts and gain success through doing that. And then the secret key to accomplishing more, okay? Because we always want more. Then, of course, our bonus software here. Now, these are the ones that I just showed you. Let me click here. These are the ones that I just showed you and how they work, and they are frigging awesome. And you'll be able to access all of them in here. You just click on one very simply. And here's the cool thing about it. When you click on one, it's going to bring up that software, and you have a guide of the other ones here. Check this out. Right down here, you download it. But look, right here, you've got software help videos. So if you're having any problem with any of these, you just click on it and you've got more videos that actually teach you how to use that software. So it makes it super, super easy for you. So it is a complete package for Facebook ads. Facebook Ads University.
Now, something else I want to give you guys is access to my private VIP Facebook group. Now, this is a group I started over a year ago. There's in the thousands of people in it now, and it's private. And it's people of all levels that are selling stuff online and being very successful. So I want to show that to you real quick.
Okay, here I am now. This is the private group that you're going to get access to. This is pretty amazing stuff in here. And as you can see, there's a lot of parts to it, but basically it's a great community. You can ask questions, you can get answers. I post all types of different trainings in here. You can also go over here, there's a video section, and in this video section you can actually take a look at some of the albums, coaching calls in here. Then when you get into the videos here, guys, there's tons of videos that I do, tons of extra training that's going to help you out. And that's all included with your membership to this Facebook group, The Art of E-Commerce Success. You're going to love this. Okay, let's go back to the training, and let me go over a couple other things with you.
Okay, so I just want to go over real quick what you would get. This is not what you would pay, but this is the value on it. Here's exactly what you get. The entire Facebook Ads University course valued at $5,000. You're also going to get 11 modules in that, and a bonus section, and a conclusion section, with a total of 42 videos in there. So that's pretty awesome stuff. In addition to that, I'm going to give you the mastermind videos. There's 14 of those, and that's valued at $14,000. Now, I charge thousands of dollars to coach people, but you're going to get the inside scoop on all of these. Now, that's the complete VIP Q&A that covers all of the modules in Facebook Ads University. So you can actually hear conversations on them, people asking questions, which brings the value up to $19,000. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to give you the bonus software, the Audience Finder, valued at $1,000. Okay, you'll find thousands of audiences within seconds, which brings the value to $20,000. In addition to that, you're going to get the bonus software Social Post, valued at $1,000. Once again, analyze competitors' social posts to get their best post, bringing your total to $21,000. On top of that, you're going to get the bonus software fan page valued at $1,000, which will help you analyze competitors' fan pages and get their best post, bringing the value up to $22,000. And you're going to get the bonus software ad creator valued at $1,000 to create awesome instant ads. Will save you so much time, bringing the value to $23,000. In addition to that, I'm going to give you weekly coaching calls. I didn't even tell you about this before, but every week I do a coaching call. And it is amazing. We do this every Friday normally, and I answer all your questions. You can talk to me live, and you're going to get these coaching calls with a value of $2,000, bringing your VIP coaching Q&A and all these other bonuses up to $25,000. Now, in addition to all this, I'm also going to give you entrance into the private Facebook group, okay? And that's a value of $1,000, and it's an incredible Facebook community of people who are selling stuff online, okay? So that brings your value to $26,000. Now, this next thing is not for everybody. However, if you're in the position where you're trying to get a site going, you want an e-commerce site going, I have a group of people who specialize in setting up blueprints for that, and I'm going to give you a free blueprint to set up your entire e-commerce store, okay? It's a 45-minute expert site call valued at $1,000, but don't get excited because this is not for everybody, and here's what I mean. This is only to the first 50 people who take advantage of the Facebook Ads University. This is only the first 50 people. So if you're not in that 50, I apologize to you. Or if it's not for you, that's fine too, okay? But that brings your total to $27,000 for this entire package. But you're not going to pay that, okay? You're going to get the Facebook Ad University. You're going to get all the software. You're going to get my coaching. You're going to get the masterminds. You're going to get the Facebook community and only 50 of the blueprints. But that's a value of $27,000, but you're not going to pay that or that or that or that or that or that. All of this together, okay? You're not going to pay $27,000, even though that's the value. We're going to take 96% off. Let me repeat that. We're going to take 96% off, okay? And by doing that, it's going to bring the price to $997. All the softwares, all the masterminds, all the trainings, all the videos, incredible value, guys. All you have to do is click the button to take advantage of this. Now, if you want to break these payments down, I'll even do that for you. We will do an easy 3-pay at only $397. All you have to do is click the button below to take advantage of this. Now, in addition to that, it's no risk. We have a 30-day, 100% money-back guarantee.
All you have to do is actually use the program. Of course, you do have to use the program, but as long as you use the program and try this out, you can't lose, because we have a 30-day money-back guarantee, and all the terms and conditions are on the coupon when you go to check out. But guys, bottom line, if you try this, you have zero risk. All you got to do is try it, implement it, and if you don't get serious results, you can get 100% of your money back. Now, let me ask you a quick question. What if you could live on your own terms? I mean, what would you do when you got up each day? Tomorrow morning, what would it look like if you could do whatever you wanted to do? What if you could live life on your own terms? I mean, would you stay at home? I know some days I put my gym clothes on because that's what I plan on doing. Some days I dress up because I got a meeting to go to, like I told you. What if you could live life on your own terms? I mean, what direction would you go? I mean, I tell you, a lot of times I work in a Starbucks, but I pick different Starbucks. I don't always go to the same one. I want to see different surroundings. Sometimes I want to go to the beach. What if you could live life on your own terms? Would you spend more time with your family? Is that what you want to do? Do you want to spend more time with your kids? Do you want to see your wife more, right? Do you want to see your family? Maybe some of you don't. I don't know. Maybe you do. I've seen lots of different parts of the world since I've been online, and I wouldn't have been able to do that in my regular job. It just would not have been possible. Would you exercise? You know what? Some of us do say we don't have enough time to exercise. What if you could work 4 or 5 hours a day? Would you spend some time on exercise? Would you work on your health? Would you become a healthier person? Would this extend your life? I think it could. Would you help others? What would you do? Now, you saw I like to feed the homeless and help the homeless. That's something I enjoy doing. But what would you do with your time? I'm just curious. What would you do? What if you could live life on your own terms? You are nothing more than a series of experiences. And those experiences are what you'll remember. It's not the car, it's not the furniture, it's not the house. It's those experiences that go on in life. Experiences, unfortunately, cost money. So you have to figure out a way to make money, and make a lot of money, to really enjoy your life to the fullest. Now, I would suggest that you move forward and succeed with Facebook ads. It's not that hard to do. But here's the funny thing. Everything that's easy to do is also easy not to do. So take advantage of this right now. Click below that button. Click that button and move forward. Could this be the answer to changing your life forever? Well, it was for me. It did totally change my life forever. Now, my question to you is, why not you? Are you really any different? I don't think you are. The average person loses over $3,000 trying Facebook ads without training. Now, I do ads every day, so the training I give you actually works because it's stuff I use, so it makes it pretty simple. But why would you spend money on ads without getting the proper training? It makes no sense. I know I did this. I spent a lot of money on ads learning this stuff. I already did it for you. I already lost the money. Okay, I already went to the casino and gave them all the money. So you don't have to do that. You can just learn what works, and you can start off with a solid footing. Now, don't forget, you get all these things. You get Facebook Ad University, you get all the courses, you get all the softwares, you get my training, you get my mastermind, and 50 of you will get that blueprint, but not everybody's going to get that. And you have a money-back guarantee. All you got to do is try the program out and use it. And you can save 96% today. You invest only $9.97 or easy 3-pay of $3.97. All you have to do is click the button below. So I'd like to take some of your questions now. We have a lot of questions piling up, and I want to go ahead and let's see here. What's the first question? I want to be one of the first ones in the 50 group. Heck, the blueprint call pays for the course. That's true. I didn't think of it that way. The blueprint call is worth $1,000, guys. So if you're in that first 50, it essentially pays for the entire course. Everything else is free. It says here, how long do I have to access the course? That's coming from Michael in Maine. Michael, you have forever to access the course. So there's no hurry here. This is not a annual thing where you got to pay every year. Once you have access to the Facebook Ads University, you have access for a lifetime, and we're going to constantly update it as things change. Let's see here. Can I go through the course at my own pace? And this is from Juanita in, oh wow, Mexico City. Yes, you can. You can go through the course at your own pace. There's no hurry. If you can spend an hour a week, that's fine. If you can spend 20 hours a week, that's fine. Whatever you want to do. You don't have to rush. However, it's there for you when you want to do it. what if we have questions about the course that somebody's asking me right now? If you have any questions at all, we have several things you can do. We actually have a help desk, which you can access when you're in the course. You can also ask questions in the Facebook group, which is an awesome, awesome way to do it. And we also have email support. So yeah, we're there afterwards. You don't have to worry about it. That's not a problem. How did you come up with the course? That's great. That's a great question. And that comes from Anita. Anita, it looks like she's in Chicago. Anita, I came up with the course because I didn't have a guideline. And then basically once I figured out what worked, I figured other people may want to know what worked because I saw a lot of people losing thousands and thousands of dollars on ads. So I just figured to make it easy for them. Okay, yes, Anita says she appreciates that. Says here, I talked to somebody who got one of your other courses and they're crushing it now. I can't wait to start. Thanks. I don't think that's a question, but I appreciate the input. That's cool. Oh, I love this one here. Bob is saying, won't my friends think I'm crazy? Yes, Bob, they will. Of course they will. And the reason they're going to think you're crazy is because they're not doing this. They're not running Facebook ads. They don't understand Facebook ads. They don't have the knowledge that you already have just from attending this training today. So what you got to do is you just got to kind of suck it up and say, yeah, I got something I'm trying out. I know it sounds crazy. And then when you're making a ton of money, they're going to come to you and say, hey, can you tell me what you did? That's the funniest thing because it's happened to me. You know, when I left my job, everybody said, you are nuts for leaving your job and, you know, trying to sell stuff online. And now they're all coming to me going, hey, how'd you do that? How'd you do that for all these years? How'd you make all that money? You know, well, how are you traveling around the world and you don't have to go to a job every day? Let's see. How long did it take you to learn all this? I didn't learn it all. What I mean is all this works now, but I'm still learning. This stuff changes every day. So that's why we keep this updated. But it probably took me the first 24 months to break $1 million, which a little bit of time invested. How can you afford to get the software for this price? Well, I can't. Really, I can't afford to, and that's going to be a temporary thing, but we're just doing that really to promote it. We will start charging for that. Let's see. It's amazing you've come so far. I heard you started with only $100. That's very true. I started with $100, and yes, we've come a long ways. And I say we because I've had a lot of help along the way. My wife is very involved in my business, and you know we have employees that help us out a lot too. This says here, if it works so well, why don't more people do it? And this is coming from Margot, looks like in France. Okay. Margot, well, they don't do it because they don't know about it. Just like you didn't know about it until you attended this training today. And if you don't know, you can't really pursue something. You know, those of you who know about it now, you know, are taking advantage of it. And that's a cool thing. So, yeah, that's very cool. Do most people fail without training? You know, I hate to say it, but they do. It's in the high 90 percentile. Without training on Facebook, guys, it's really, really tough to do. Let's see here. Eric is saying it would take me years to learn all of what you're offering. So glad you put it into this concise, easy to understand format. Thank you. Not a question, but thank you. Somebody's asking about the 50 spots. Are they all gone yet? I don't know. We do have a little thing that pops up on the screen when they're almost gone. So when that pops up, we'll know. This person says I've lost over $4,200. Oh my God, $4,200 in Facebook ads, and still, please don't say my name. I won't. And still can't figure out how to do them. Your course looks like it covers everything I need. Yes, once again, a comment. I appreciate that, guys. That's very nice of you. Do I need a lot of technical experience? Heck no. Remember what I told you? I didn't know where the forward and reply buttons were. I didn't know. I didn't know. Craziness. Do I need to be able to build websites? No, you do not need to be able to build websites. You can do that. You can actually do this without websites too. But if you do, and you get in, actually, if you get one of those 50 blueprint calls, they'll set up a blueprint for a website for you if you want. Somebody's saying I'm having trouble paying at the site. Looks like it's locked up. Okay, it's not really locked up. What happens when a lot of people try to get in there and they try to get the course, it sometimes will overwhelm it. So I would suggest you just keep trying. Let's see here. Oh, it says here, I want your course for the, okay, there's a little bit of English thing going on here. This looks like South Korea. They want the course for the software alone. Oh, so the training is just like icing is what they're trying to say. Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, it certainly kind of is. This person, I looked you up online and watched some of your training, and it's awesome. I've learned a lot just from the free videos you do. Thank you very much. Let's see. So even after I get the course, you will be doing live coaching for the students? Yes. So you're going to get live coaching afterwards. So you don't have to worry about ever getting lost. You're never going to be alone. Ever alone. Don't worry about that. Let's see. Can I post questions in the Facebook group? Yes, you can. And we have a lot of help in there. I have people to help monitor that. I'm in the group all the time. Can I join the group without your course? I guess you can. The art of e-commerce success. You can certainly do that if you want. Now we don't give you the priority answers the way we do our members. Just keep that in mind. I want to be able to travel like I see you doing in all these pictures. That's incredible that you get to see all of those places. I'm definitely getting your course. Oh, good. Well, thank you very much. Let's see here. Follow-up question to the last question about the Facebook group. Is there any training in there? Yeah, like I showed you when I ran through it, there's tons of videos in there, so you're going to get that also. Let's see here. I think it's so great that you are teaching what you know. Why don't others, and I'm trying to read off to the side here, guys. I apologize. This is from Marcos. Why don't others who still run e-commerce businesses do it? Really, quite honestly, they don't do it because it takes a lot of their time. I just got the notice up there, guys. We have 47 of the 50 early bird bonuses are gone. So if you want to get that early bird bonus, you do need to go and click the button now. You need to click the button now. Somebody's asking about one-on-one coaching. I'm full on that now. You can always check with my office, but I don't have any openings now. This person says, thank you so much. I'm grabbing your course right now. That's awesome. I'm glad that you are. Now, guys, sometimes people are funny. And here's what I mean by they're funny. They need a little push, okay? Like they want to do something. I've got another comment there. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is Desiree, and she is saying that I am at the checkout page now, and I'm scared to click the button. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I was scared too. I was scared to, try something new. I was scared to quit my job. I mean, that was insane that I did that. I was a single dad, by the way, raising 2 kids when I did this. So, yeah, it was like a sink or swim type thing, and I was really sinking in the beginning, and I finally figured it out. But I'm going to put up a timer in just a second, but I want to talk to you. A couple things that really kind of motivated me that will help you is like when I was on my job, I couldn't leave when I wanted. It was like I wanted to get off at say 5, and then a customer would come in, or my boss would say, well, no, you're going to work till 7:30, and I maybe had to pick up my kids at an event or something. So I had to hire somebody to go pick up my kids at an event. That's so embarrassing. You can't pick up your own kids. You had to hire somebody to do it. And I hated that, and sometimes I would schedule like my daughter or her son would be in a play, or they were in the orchestra, they played violin, and I couldn't go. I couldn't go because my boss said, well, no, I need you here tonight because we're busy. So you're going to have to work late. Even though I got there at 7:30 in the morning, we were in sales and I had to stay. I had no choice. And I couldn't really get mad at him. I mean, it was his business. He could tell me what to do. But I couldn't even have lunch when I wanted. I would get hungry and I would say, well, I want to, eat lunch. It's around 11:15, 11:20. He's like, well, no, we got people gone, so you're going to have to wait till 12:30. So I would have to sit there and be hungry. And I thought, God, this is like, I don't know, this is like being a slave or something, And, you got to do something with your life, guys. And if not this, something, if you're uncomfortable in your position, if you're not happy in your job, you're not going to get happier. It ain't going to happen. You got to do something about it. You got to do it now. I mean, otherwise, here's what you're going to do. You're going to hang out until you die. Wow. You get this one life and you're going to hang out till you die. Life is not something that you're put on the face of the earth to get through. I hear people saying that all the time. Well, I'm getting through it. I'm hanging in there. Well, that's a horrible way to live your life, isn't it? I'm hanging in there. I mean, isn't that what the people in the hospital that are in the intensive care are doing? They're hanging in there. You don't want to hang in there. You're going to either pursue your dreams or you're going to work for somebody and help them pursue their dreams. That's basically how it works. All you got to do is get the course and try it. It's risk-free. I mean, you can get your money back in 30 days if you've tried the course and it didn't work for you, and all of the details are on the checkout page there. But gosh, guys, why wouldn't you do it? I mean, you stayed this long, okay? If you stayed this long, why did you stay
and then not move forward. I mean, basically, you just wasted your time. You didn't do anything, right? It's not too late at any age. I will tell you that. I started later in life, okay? If your life is boring, if it's not what you want, you got to do something about it. And the only person that's going to change that is you. Somebody's not going to come along, knock on your door and go, okay, time to change your life. No, that's a decision you have to make. That's something you have to do. You need to join now. If this is for you, if you think we resonated, if you like what I had to say, why would you not move forward? You need to click the button now and just plain do it. Okay? Just do it. Now, you're going to start way ahead of me because you're going to have a game plan. You're going to know what to do. Oh, I didn't start my timer. Somebody just said, start your timer. Oh, I'm sorry, I will. Wait. Okay. So when this timer's over with, guys, hang on, a little noise there. It's over with, okay? When the timer's over with, it's over with, okay? Now, some people, they just never start. That's the problem. If you get started, you'll be amazed. That's what I did. I just started messing with it. And as soon as I started messing with it, I started learning more and doing more, okay? Now, I don't want you to sign up if you plan on not doing the work. You do have to do work. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you, sign up for my course and you're going to be rich. It's not like that. You got to take it and apply this stuff, okay? You got to actually use this stuff. If you don't use it, it won't work for you. 100% won't work for you. But guess what? Guess what? It worked for me, and guess what? You're no different. All you got to do is apply it, okay? And ask yourself, why did you show up today? Why did you invest this time with me if you don't plan on doing anything? And think of it this way. What's going to happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now? If you could go into another room right now and meet who you were going to become 10 years from now, what would that meeting be like? I mean, would you go in there and would that person look at you and say, hey, you did nothing with your life. It's just 10 years later and I'm not healthy and I don't have good relationships and I don't have a good family set up and I don't have any money and I'm in this horrible job I don't like. Or would the conversation be, hey, thanks for joining Facebook Ads University or whatever you decide to do to change your life. And you applied it and you made money and you worked on your health and you worked on your relationships and you worked on your business and you traveled the world and you got something out of life. I want to thank you for doing that. Now you say, well, that conversation's never going to happen. You can't just go in another room. Well, not in that setup, but I guarantee you if you're alive 5 or 10 years from now, you're going to have that conversation with yourself. The only difference is you're going to have that conversation in front of a mirror. You're going to say, why didn't I? Or I'm sure glad I did. The conversation will happen. I promise you. The only way it's not going to happen is if something happens to you. Okay? I mean, let's face it. You're a grown-up. It's difficult to do things, but those are usually the things that are the best for you. The single way you're going to get better at something is to do the stuff that's tough to do. It may be difficult for you to click that button and just join up. But once you've done that, once you've gotten through that tough part, you'll be okay. I know when I go to the gym, if I lift little tiny weights, I don't get any results. You got to lift the stuff that's uncomfortable. You got to pick up the uncomfortable weights. You got to show up, okay? And that's a big thing that a lot of people have is they just don't even show up. You've got this decided advantage because you have a plan, okay? It's a plan that works. It's a plan that I use. It's a plan that shows you that I've got success online and you can too, okay? It's really that simple. You can do the same thing. You can Google me. You can Google survival cave food and see that I sell products online. You can see my products at Walmart. It's there. You can do this stuff, okay? Now, will this help you? Sure it will, if you take advantage of it. But if you let it slip through your fingertips, okay, if this is gone like everything else that, you've come across your life, you said, man, I should have done that. I should have done this. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. One of the biggest regrets in life is when you don't do something you should have done. I mean, regret is very, very painful. It's super, super painful because at some point, like that timer on the screen, time will run out. At some point, it will be too late. Now, I can't tell you if it's going to be 20 years from now or 5 years from now, but here's a fact, and it's a cold hard fact, is that we all die. We all die. It's going to happen. It's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to you. But what's important is what you do with the time that you've been given. You've been given this one life, and it probably was not designed for you to get on the earth and hang out and do nothing and sit around working for somebody else while they tell you what to do. That's probably wasn't the plan of the universe. That, somebody didn't sit back, whatever your religion is, and sit up there and go, yeah, we're just going to throw people down there and let them flounder most of their lives and do nothing. I don't think that's the point of it. You got to do something with your time. You got to do something with your effort. You got to put forth the effort. I understand. I mean, I get it. I was scared. We're all scared, right? It's a frightening thing to, see that, it's a change from our life. It's something different. Just look at it this way. What if it's the what if scenario? What I mean is, what if this is the thing that's going to make the difference? This one course sends you in another direction. I know with me, there was the one thing, and there's always the one thing with everybody, whether you're an actor or a singer or you decide to become a physician or whatever. There's always that one thing that makes all the difference in the world. Maybe, when you met your wife, maybe your husband, maybe your life went in a different direction, but it was because of one thing. It's usually not an accumulation of items. It's that one thing. So stop now, clear your head, get rid of all your doubts and all your, skepticisms and all that, and say, wait, this guy's made some money. He's taught people how to make money. I have intelligence, average intelligence, okay? And if he can do it, and that's what really, that was the one thing for me, is I saw people and I said, if they can do it, I feel like I can. That was the big one thing for me. I looked around and I saw all the people making money, some of them, most of them younger than me, and they didn't seem like they were that special to me. They just seemed like they were making money, and I felt like they had some knowledge that I just didn't have. And if I could just get the knowledge, I knew I had the work ethic. You probably have the work ethic. You probably don't mind working. You just have the fear that putting in that time or effort would be a waste. And it's not going to be, okay? It's not going to be. You got to get that thought out of your head and realize that if you put in the time and you've got a system, it can actually work out for you also. Okay, we're down on the timer here. We're back to the timer, and we're at 2 minutes and 50 some odd seconds. So that's the amount of time you got left. You need to go ahead and you need to click the button below to go ahead and join Facebook Ads University. All you've got to do is just click the button, fill out the coupon, and you're going to be in our group. And we're going to be there to support you. It's super, super easy for you to do. Okay, let's see. We're coming up on 2 minutes, 25 seconds. This is going to be your last chance to do this, okay? Grab the freedom, okay? I believe this. I believe in this universe thing. I believe that we have met for a reason. I believe that we met here today so that you could do something with your life. I mean, it's corny. I live in California now. I can talk corny. I lived on the East Coast most of my life. Now I can talk corny. I believe there's karma. I believe that if you feel good about what you heard here today, I believe that you'll actually join our family. You'll actually apply this information, and I know you'll get results. If you apply it, you're gonna get results. It's a no-risk situation, but like everything, opportunities come and go. I've seen them come and go in my life. I've missed a lot of opportunities, but I finally, even though it was later in life, I finally grabbed an opportunity. This is your chance to finally grab an opportunity, okay? This is your chance. This is your one time to do this, okay? This is not going to come along again. It's not going to get cheaper, okay? It's not going to go on sale next week. This is your time to do it.
And as we count down, I do want to thank you for taking time out of your day, because your time is very important. And I really, really will look forward to working with you. I will look forward to seeing you on the coaching calls. I will look forward to seeing you in the Facebook group. I will look forward to answering your questions. But more importantly, less important about me, I will look forward to seeing you be a success. I will look forward to you firing your boss and starting a new career and actually working for yourself, so that you can design your life and get up every day and put on the shirt that you want to put on the dress that you want to put on the smile that's going to make you really happy because you're doing what you want to do. We're down to the last few seconds, guys. I know this is going to expire in just a second, but I do want to thank you for being here today. I appreciate it.